Hi students, good evening everyone. Just confirm me if at all I am audible and visible by saying Y in the chat box. Thanks for the confirmation. And we have got Vikram sir with us and we have got HARSH SONI with us. So before we proceed further with the session, let me establish the context of the session to you all. And I'm sure you must have gotten enough messages regarding the same, and we have told enough in the classes for you all to attend this session. And all the parents, I hope you are all here to listen to the student of IIM Indore who is currently pursuing BBA there. Okay. And here is our student Harsh Soni. Hi Harsh Soni, good evening.
Hello, sir. Good
Yes, sir.
evening.
Good evening. Good evening. So let me give a quick introduction about you to everybody, Harsh. Harsh is All India #1 rank holder in the JIPMAT, 100 percentile. And apart from that, he converted IIM Indore also. He converted IIM Rohtak also. And so we thought, as you all are going to prepare for the exam for the coming 20 days and you're going to give it on June 16th, the IPMAT exam, we thought let Harsh Soni talk to you all and then give his insights regarding how his preparation was and how you should take tips and tricks from him in order to pursue your preparation and get into your dream college. Right. So let me start with the session. Vikram sir, if you want to add, please unmute yourself and say anything you want to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Sir. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm audible, sir?
Yeah, you're audible, sir.
Okay. Welcome, Harsh. सबसे फर्स्ट सारे स्टूडेंट्स के कुछ डाउट्स थे जो मुझे लगा कि हर्ष उन सारे डाउट्स को क्लियर करेगा कि लास्ट 25 डेज में जो प्रिपरेशन की प्लानिंग है, अप्रोच है, मॉक टेस्ट का एनालिसिस है, वर्बल कॉन्ट एलआर इन सब में जो भी चैलेंजेस आ रहे हैं कि नेक्स्ट 25 डेज हमारी प्लानिंग अप्रोच किस फॉर्मेट, तो मुझे लगता है कि हर्ष इन सारे क्वेश्चन को आपको अच्छे से डील कर देगा। तो अपन नेक्स्ट 25 to 15 मिनट्स में हर्ष की अप्रोच एंड प्लानिंग को चेक करेंगे एंड लास्ट के 15 to 20 मिनट्स में अपन स्टूडेंट्स के क्वेश्चन से स्टार्ट करेंगे। ओके, तो हर्ष स्टार्ट करते सर। जैसे बोला कि इंट्रोडक्शन छोड़ता था अपना कि कैसे क्या है कुछ, कहाँ से हो हर्ष, तो छोटा सा एक बार थोड़ा इंट्रो अपन स्टार्ट करते हैं। यस।
Hello everyone, I am Harsh Soni. Thank you so much sir, for lovely introduction. I am Harsh Soni. I am from Gujarat. I'm an IPM student. I am Indore. Like sir said, I have converted calls of all the IIMs. Well, not IIM Jammu. That's a different story. I prepared a video for that. But yeah, anyways. So that's a brief about myself.
Okay. Harsh, I just wanted to ask one question which everybody has in their mind. Like, what exactly have you been going through in the last 20 days of your preparation? Just please share with everybody.
Yes. At first, like when 20 days was left for the examination, I was very scared. Like in next 20 days, I'm gonna like perform in an examination I've been preparing for last 1 year. So definitely there was a lot of anxiety. But at the same time, I was very much prepared with my schedule and all. So it helped me a lot in acing my examination. So firstly, in my last 20 days, what I used to do, I used to give just only mocks. Like I was done with entire syllabus all apart. So in those 20 days, I have given 15 mocks in first 15 days. And for last 5 days, I didn't give any mock. I just used to revise my mocks and just chill. I even used to watch movies in those last 5 days because your mindset before the examination is very important. So I just want to advise all of you. These 20 days are very crucial for you. The amount of effort you given in those last 20 days is what is going to decide whether you are going to be an IIM Indore or any other IIM or not. So just go with the mocks, attempt as many mocks as possible, analyze every mock as many times as possible. That's exactly strategy which I used for IPMET examination.
And also, Harsh, there is one more important thing I want to say you, and it's not just the IPMAT 23 students. There are also IPMAT 24 students in this group of people. Yeah. So your journey from the start would also be very helpful for everybody. So, what I want to say is, next month we are thinking to bring IPMAT 24 students also into mocks. Okay. Though they have 1 year, we are starting their mocks very early. I don't think there is no better event than this. So telling the mock date next month, 25th will be the first mock that they'll be giving. Can you just share your experience of the first mock that you have taken? Because even many students from the crash batch are attending here. Even they have taken their first IPMAT mock today.
So first of all, I would not like to reveal my first mock score to anyone. Like it was
No, Harsh, please, you now you are open. You have to.
Like first mock which I gave was out of let's say 250. I don't remember. It was around 250, 240 wala because it was at COVID wala part now. So I scored around 80, hardly 80 overall. So like, and my percentage was very less in that mock examination. But I already, like, I had talked to Vikram, so I talked to many faculties, and they told that we exactly knew what is going to happen to you in this mock examination because it's a very first mock. We must be having a lot of anxiety. But I didn't stop over there. Like I used to give as many mocks as possible. Like sir told, just give mocks, prepare, and don't just look at this course. Initially, what the purpose of mock is, you devise different strategies. You try all the strategies in all those mocks and select which strategy works best for you. So initially, my prime purpose was to define a strategy. Like, yes, this strategy I'm going to use in my examination. So try every strategy in mock examinations. And
Harsh, I have an important question here, sir. 1 second, sir. Because I need to ask this.
Yes.
Harsh, when you gave your first mock, did you complete all the syllabus of the IPMAT?
No, sir, not at all. Like I had hardly 2-3 topics completed. But we just need to have grind of that mock. That's why we need to give mock at the very first. If we think like first let my syllabus get completed, then I will go for mock. It's not gonna happen. Even a week before the test, you are not gonna say, yes, I have completed my entire syllabus. Now I'm gonna give mock. You are not gonna say this. You just need to start at one point of time. If you are done with 1 or 2 topics, go with the mock. That's all.
Right.
सर मॉक
Sure,
में
sir.
यस सर, मॉक के रिगार्डिंग मुझे हर्ष का वो एक बात याद आ रही कि हर्ष मॉक देता फर्स्ट और मुझे मैसेज आता सर कि क्या था ये सर मुझे आईपीमेट तो नहीं करना है सर, ऐसा देखिए मुझे तो सर दूसरे डोमेन में अपना करियर देखना चाहिए सर, ये मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा। तो हर्ष ने उन सारे बच्चों के लिए एग्जाम्पल सेट किया है। कई बार मैं बच्चों को क्लास में बोलता हूँ कि हर्ष कोई पीसीएम बैकग्राउंड से नहीं है, फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री बैकग्राउंड से नहीं। कई बार ये मिथ होती है, पेरेंट्स और बच्चे बोलते हैं कि सर आईपीमेट एग्जाम वही बच्चे क्रैक कर सकते हैं जिनका मैथ्स होना चाहिए या फिर सर उनका फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री वाले है। हर्ष कॉमर्स बैकग्राउंड से है और उसने एग्जाम को क्रैक किया है। जब हर्ष का जिपमेट का रिजल्ट आता है और मुझे रात को 1:30 के आसपास मुझे मैसेज करता है कि सर मैंने ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे टॉप किया है, तो सारे बच्चों से मैं रिक्वेस्ट यही करूँ कि ये एक लर्निंग प्रोसेस होता है और एक ही दिन में चीजें सेट नहीं होती है, और प्रोसेस बाय प्रोसेस आप चीजों को जब लेके चलना स्टार्ट करते हैं तो डेफिनेटली उस ड्रीम कॉलेज को भी आप क्रैक करते हैं, उस एग्जाम के अंदर आप टॉप भी करते हैं। राइट हर्ष?
That's true, sir. That's true.
एक इसमें हर्ष ऐसा है कि जो मॉक, जो स्टार्टिंग फेज में जो बच्चे मॉक देते हैं, उसका जो हम एनालिसिस करते थे तो वो एनालिसिस कितना इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है उस जर्नी के अंदर?
अगर मैं कोई भी मॉक दे रहा हूँ and if I don't analyze that mock, it is equivalent to not giving a mock. Like even what I used to do is मैं एक mock देता था and after mock I used to solve that mock again, and even those questions जो मैंने correct attempt किए थे वो mock में, because when we try to solve a question twice or thrice we definitely come up with new methods of solving that question, so we can select in examination which method to use to solve that question. So अगर analysis नहीं किया तो it's not going to matter whether you give 40 marks or whether you give 400 marks. If not analysis, you are not gonna get into IIM. You are not even get selected in the first round if not for analysis. So I would like to suggest, after every mock, don't delay the analysis part. You are done with the mock, start with analysis right at that moment of time. And if you get any questions that you can't solve, ask faculty members. And if you feel that it's a very difficult question, it's very good question, jot down that question. So before giving next mock test, look at all those good questions, and like I can assure you that you will definitely get more marks in that mock test, because you have seen good questions of previous mock test. It is definitely gonna work for you all.
Fine, Harsh, I have a question for you here, especially regarding to analysis. Every time we all say analyze the mock after giving the mock, analyze the mock after giving the mock. Can you give us a detailed explanation of how you analyze your own mock?
So yeah, how are you?
How you analyze your
I'll
mock?
answer all the questions at the end of the session. Yeah,
Students, if at all anybody has any questions, please, we'll give you time at the end. As of now, let us interact with Harsh and let me ask general questions and let him answer. Yeah, Harsh, just tell us how you analyze your mock.
as I told, after giving the mock, I will solve entire mock again. I will write down all the good questions of that mock, and before attempting next mock, I will read all those questions. I will go through all those questions again. And for those questions which are very difficult, like in every mock test there are difficult questions and no one can solve that question. But for these questions, I used to ask faculty members. They helped me in solving that question. I used to write down that question too. I went through all those questions before giving next mock. And yes, this was the analysis part. It's so easy. Like I feel it's so easy. Like if you just give 2 or 3 hours of your time, you can definitely analyze a mock. So it's not rocket science or anything.
Fine, Harsh, and I would like to add one thing so that it will benefit all the students, whoever is going to analyze the mock whenever you give a mock. Whenever you come across the mock, after you are done with the mock, you have to see every question. Once you know that you haven't solved a question, it means that there is some problem, maybe with respect to a concept or maybe with respect to a silly mistake. If it is with respect to a silly mistake, you don't need to worry about. You have to be more cautious in the next mock. And if it is with respect to concept, it is completely your whole and sole responsibility to make sure that concept is clear for you, and also any concept related to that concept is clear for you. So you will go to that chapter, you will read about it, you will hone it, and you will own it, and then you will go to the next mock. That's how you analyze. Yeah,
I'll also like to add, after giving a mock, if you can also do this thing, you just write down all the topics, जिससे वो सारे questions आए थे, and you can mark this many questions were from this topic, and I attempted this question. I have got this much questions correct in this topic. So at the end, you will get a detailed report. Like even though I have prepared this topic, I couldn't solve this question. Why? So it gives it it gives you time to think why I couldn't solve this question, though it was very easy and I had done this topic. So you can go with this strategy. It will help you a lot, especially for 2024 students. Like for 23, you don't have much time left. Sorry for that. But for 24, you can definitely go with this strategy.
Cool, Harsh. And Harsh, I have a question for you regarding the topics that you are good at and topics you are not good at. What were your strengths and what were your weakness? How did you use your strengths to score marks?
So my strength in quant section was number system, like was the entire arithmetic part. So when I used to attempt the mock, firstly I used to hunt for those questions. I just used to read those questions from different topic. I used to skip that question. Like if I am good at number system, I went to all those number system wale questions, attempt it and get it done. And at the end, after I'm done with all my fortes, I will go for geometry. Let's say it was not a very good topic of mine, geometry, trigonometry, and everything. So I used to attempt those questions at the very last.
Okay.
So, same goes for verbal too. Like I was good in reading comprehension, so I used to solve reading comprehension at the very initial phase, and after that vocab and everything, I used to solve after reading comprehensions. Go with your fortes first, you'll definitely score great.
And thanks, Harsh, for your overview over the, because many students here scare about trigonometry and geometry, and I hope they would have understood that even if you are weak at a topic, you can still use your strengths and play the game, right? And what? Yeah.
Even in IIM examination, I had not done matrices and determinants or any higher maths all apart, though I scored decent in IIM examination. It's not that you are going to attempt every question of IIM examination. You are just going to attempt what you are good at, and I bet you will get a decent score if you are clear in your 4 days. You will get a decent score.
Harsh, are you saying that you haven't prepared matrices?
Yes, sir. Because there are hardly one or two questions. There are hardly one or two questions in examination, and if you feel that you can't solve those questions, it's okay. But you should be very clear in your fortes, because you can't risk that like profit and loss or number system. You must be conceptually very clear in those questions. Like matrices and determinants, I just seen if there are easy questions, I will be able to solve, not at deep level. I didn't go for it.
Because I also publicly say in class that higher max, please don't give any energy towards it, but make sure at least you go through the matrices part, because differential calculus, vector algebra, though it's there in the syllabus, you don't get any questions from that. But matrices, you get exactly 2 questions. Yeah. So matrices, you get exactly 2 questions. And if you are investing your time in higher max, invest in matrices. But this is surprising to know that you haven't given time for matrices also and still could score 227 out of 360.
Yes, sir. 226.
Yeah, 226 out of 360. Cool.
Yes.
And I just want to you to share your experience of how you faced the exam during the time of the exam. What was your thought process?
First of all, I would like to ask questions to all the students. If you are at a seashore and on one side there are stones of different sizes, some small stones, some huge, some big stones, and you are responsible to pick a stone from this side and move it to this side, and you will be given 10 rupees for lifting each stone and shifting to other side of the shore. What kind of stones will student first go for it? Smaller one or bigger one? Like, I guess the answer is very clear, smaller one, because even if I lift a big stone and keep it at other side of the store, I will get 10 rupees. And even if I pick up a small stone and keep it at other side of the shore, I'll get 10 rupees. That's exactly what I used in IIM examination. There are many difficult questions in the examination. Even if I invest 2 to 3 minutes of my time in a question and I even get it correct, I'll get 4 marks. But on the other side, a student will attempt question from, let's say, profit and loss from number system. He will get 4 marks, but in 30 seconds. So this is the strategy which I used. I used to hunt down for easy question. If I see like it's a very difficult question, but I can solve, I'll mark that question for review. If I see it's a easy question, I can solve it in less than 1 minute, I'll go for it. First of all, you need to read the question very precisely. And it's on your intuition. It's on your, if you have practiced a lot from that topic, you will get to know that I will solve this question in less than a minute. I know. And if that's a difficult question, but you can solve, mark for review. If you can't solve, skip that question. Don't get attached to any question. Like even if like there was a question in my examination, it was of number system, and I was like, number system ka koi bhi question na main attempt karne hi wala hu. So it took my 3 to 4 minutes, but I couldn't solve that question. So I generally want to advise you guys, don't get attached to any topic. If you read a question, you find it easy, go for it. If you find it difficult, skip that question. Learn skipping those questions. That's very important in examination. Otherwise, you will get attached to a question and you will score less. Mark my words.
Cool, Harsh. On this note, I want to add a statement so that they can understand this strategy very importantly. The thing is, you cannot fall in love with any section. You cannot fall in love with any chapter. You have to fall in love with the L1s. If every question is segregated into L1, L2, L3, you only have to fall in love with L1s. Pick up the L1s, irrespective of from whichever the chapter they have come from. So maybe you are very good at arithmetic, maybe you are very good at geometry. What if the questions from that topics are very tough?
Yeah.
You need to take a call and go for the other chapters and pick up the basic questions from that.
Yes.
Right? Fine.
Right.
I ask you one question, maybe anybody wouldn't have asked you this, Harsh. How much do you think is the luck factor in the exam?
I would say luck factor combined with your mindset. Like there's definitely a small portion of luck. Like if I've gone for I1 examination, I haven't prepared matrices and determinants, but there are 4 to 5 or 6 questions of matrices and determinants. That's my luck. I can't do that. But it's a very small factor. If you have worked very hard, luck factor gets minimized and your confidence factor gets boosted. So we need to balance both of this, confidence as well as luck factor. Like it doesn't like luck factor is this thing and confidence is this part. It is not the case. So I'd
So
say your
that's-
mindset for the examination is very important. Luck is a very small portion.
Yep. I would also say the same thing because some people prepare only 3 chapters and they go like arithmetic, algebra, and they may pick one among number system or modern maths. They'll completely leave geometry. So if they're lucky enough, there won't be much questions from geometry. If they're unlucky, there will be more questions from geometry.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you put more efforts and cover every chapter, then luck factor becomes smaller and your
Confidence factor.
winning chances are more. Right. Perfect. And I'll ask you one question. You please be as honest as possible, Harsh.
Yes, sir.
The question is, before you gave the IIM Indore exam, did you feel that you're gonna make it to IIM Indore?
Like from if I look at the mocks and think rationally, practically, I thought I wouldn't get converted in like convert the call of I'm Indore, but I knew my percentile in all those mocks, and I was quite confident because I have worked a lot in those last 1 month. Like my entire preparation is centered towards last 1 month of my IPM preparation. So like I was quite confident that yeah, I will at least clear the first round. I was not sure of second round, but I knew I will clear first round.
So you were sure before even giving the exam that you will clear the first round?
Not sure, obviously there is nothing certainty, but quite confident that I might clear my first round. Yes, sir.
So if you remember, can you tell me how many hours a day you used to spend in the last 1 month?
Last 1 month, like in first, like if there are 30 days left, in first 20 days, I used to spend 9 to 10 hours at least, even more than that if I feel that yeah, I am yet to reach my target. But at least 9 to 10 is very important because it's all on last 1 month. What is your mindset and how many hours and how productive you can be. For me, if I study for 10 to 12 hours, my productivity is at least 9 hours. So it's all on your productivity. But 9 to 10 hours is decent enough for the first 20 days, and last 10 days go with 4-5 hours, 5 to 6 hours at max. So that's what amount of time I used to study for IPM.
And for IPM 24 students, what do you think would be the ideal time that they should spend on daily basis?
Like if IPM 24, you have at least 1 year left. So even if you study 2 to 3 hours on everyday basis, that is more than enough. I would say. Study for 2 to 3 hours at least daily, and you are sorted.
What is your overview of verbal ability section, Harsh?
Verbal ability, like from the very beginning, the only part I was not confident was verbal wala part. Like I solved number of topics and all, but I never got decent marks in verbal. I always used to be around the cutoff wala part. But yeah, I managed to clear IPMAT ka actual cutoff. But for verbal, the only thing that is very important is practice. Like if, for example, let's take reading comprehension. Like very few students are naturally good in reading comprehension. It's all on how many reading paras you solve. Like in last 1 month, I knew that I need to ace reading comprehension wala part. I solved at least 100 to 150 reading comprehension के paragraph at least. I used to solve every day 3 to 4 reading comprehensions in last 1 month. So just go look at the topics wherein you are good at is that topic, because in verbal it is very easy to score. I would like in quants there is quite a certainty, there is quite not a certainty to solve every question or to solve question of your choice. Like if I'm good at this topic, it might be possible that the question from the topic is very difficult. But in verbal, if you are good at reading comprehension, you will definitely get the right answer. There is like near to 1 probability that you will get that answer correct if you are good at that particular topic. So if you find that you have 14 reading comprehension, just go for it.
So what was your preparation strategy with respect to verbal for the whole year?
For the whole year. So what I used to do, like in terms of time bifurcation, I used to devote my afternoon and evening time to quants and night time to verbal, because when it comes to actual exam paper now, verbal is third section, and by the time I know you all must be having very low bandwidth, like you have solved a number of questions of quants and you will be like, अब मुझे नहीं करना, मैं verbal नहीं कर सकता. So what I used to do is, like I used to solve verbal at night. Like दिन में पूरा quants करता था and at night I used to do verbal. So I already prepared for that phase. Like I have low bandwidth, but still I can solve that verbal wala part. So just solve verbal at night. That was my overall strategy. But I used to give at least 2 hours every day to verbal, because I knew my weak spot. Like if I wouldn't be able to crack verbal, even though I have scored exceptionally well in quants, I'm not gonna get selected. So I used to give 2 to 3 hours at least every day for verbal.
Fortunately, the paper pattern remained same and the verbal section was last. What if they have switched the sections? It would have been fine. That's a good strategy, I say, Harsh, that you prepared that phase of giving the verbal section with low concentration.
Yes.
Right, because I basically say students ki you prepare quants at night, because when you're solving something, you might not feel sleepy.
Yeah, that's initially I used to do the same, but about this low bandwidth, but I got to know from like one of the faculties of institute. So I found it quite fascinating. So I just tried and it worked for me a lot. Like even in mocks, I used to start score good in verbal because of this strategy, because I got to know like when it comes to third section, my bandwidth gets lower. So this strategy has helped me a lot. So that's what mocks are about, and that's what I was saying. Devise different strategies for mocks and everything.
Fine. And there are many parents attending this session, Harsh. Can you please tell some words what as a parent they can do for their kids?
As a parent, like when it comes to my
Or
parent,
I would frame it in different way. As a student, what did you expect from your parents when you were preparing?
first of all, like if I know how much time I should devote to my IPMET preparation. If someone is saying to me, like you should like this, you should study 10 to 12 hours every day, I won't study for that much hours. Like I just want to say parents, like if the student is preparing for 5 to 6 hours and he's quite confident, don't force him to study for more hours. Like it will definitely, he will sit for 10 hours, but he won't be efficient at the entire duration of 10 hours. Just trying to say parents, don't force students. He will definitely work at its best if he's quite dedicated to IPMET examination. Just be supportive in this last 1 month and he will definitely give results. That's what I
Glad
expect.
to glad to hear that from you, Harsh. And I hope I mean nowadays parents are pretty practical,
Yeah,
and
they are quite
they are
supportive.
they're in terms with their kids, but they're little worried. And I just wanted to ask you, like when you said your parents that you converted IIM Indore,
Like
what was their reaction?
firstly, let me tell you my story briefly. Like when I got called from IIM Indore. No, I was actually living for IIM Rohtak. I was actually at Rohtak ki hotel, and
Right.
I thought that I will not get converted to IIM Indore, so मैंने Rohtak confirm कर दिया था. So I was just at the hotel of Rohtak and I was just leaving for my induction at IIM Rohtak, and I just got a call from Indore. Hello, you are selected for IIM Indore. Like my parents were literally dancing at that moment. We all were dancing. Like they were so happy, like listening to IIM Indore wala now. Like they were very happy, and we just booked the very first flight we could get, and on the same day I was at IIM Indore. So like, it was quite happy moment for all of us.
I would want all the students who are attending this session to feel that eureka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, Harsh. And as you're in IIM Indore right now, I want you to share the experience of the college with everybody, please.
So like first of all, I would like to suggest every student to look at the campus video of IIM Indore. You'll get more than 50% of your motivation to get into IIM Indore looking at the campus video. It's no less than a hill station. I'll genuinely say this word. Like, they have everything over there. It's a little planet. It's also known as Planet I. Whatever you want, it's all in that college. The life over there is very happening. Like, there are various clubs and committees that conduct various competitions around the year. And also, like, IIM Indore hosts Central India's largest fest called Athar Ranbhumi every year. So the life over there is very happening. Like, and the students and the peers which we like interact with, they are very smart. Like, they are from all over from India, and the experience is quite decent over there.
हर्ष,
Glad to know that.
इसमें एक लास्ट वीक जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि जो 24 जो स्टूडेंट जो टारगेट कर रहे हैं उनके लिए कैंपस विजिट जो उस कमेटी है, थोड़ा सा उसका भी, अगर जो 24 वाले स्टूडेंट जो टारगेट कर रहे हैं उनके लिए है कि अगर कैंपस विजिट तो थोड़ा सा वो डेट कर दो यार उनको भी ना.
Yes sir. Like, every year IIM Indore एक competition arrange करता है. It is known as the PI quiz. It is for students from 9th to 12th standard. So अभी ये साल जो IPM दे रहे 23, they will not get a chance to visit IIM Indore. Like, they will get a chance to actually visit IIM Indore and stay there. But it's a competition for 9 to 12 standard students. Okay. So ये exam around August और September में होगी. ये exam, ये quiz के 2 parts होते हैं. First part is entrance examination, जो अगस्त और सितंबर में होती है. It is very easier that IIM Indore. So जो भी अभी 9 to 12 standard में students है, they can register for this examination and they will appear for this examination. तो हमारे पास 2 category, 9 to 10 and 11 to 12. So 30 students from each category, top 30 students on the basis of their aptitude examination will be selected and they will be given a chance to visit IIM Indore. अभी in let's say जो मैंने फेस्ट की बात की ना, अथर रणभूमि, तो वो फेस्ट में उनको आने का मौका मिलेगा. That is around October. And second round, ये 60 students total हो गए दोनों कैटेगरी के मिला के. So they will they will be given various situations. उनकी पूरे analytical skills and game theory questions उनको पूछे जाएंगे. And on the basis of that, on the basis of their score, they will be ranked top 20 and they will get prize pool of 40,000 in this.
Right.
Great, Harsh. Great. So our students can get a chance to win 40,000 and also can be the
Also,
part of IIM Indore for.
IIM Indore. Yeah, and even if
Yeah.
अगर उनका convert हो गया first round, if they mention this spy quiz वाला part in the interview ना, I'm sure they are gonna get into IIM Indore. It's a great brownie point in interview.
Right.
I pay my 24 students. This is very important for you
Yeah.
all because you're going to take part in this quiz. And when you get call from the IIM Indore, you are going to speak about this in the interview.
Yeah. And I'm the one who is
Perfect.
hosting this spy quiz event. So I hope to see you 2024 experience over there. I'll be very glad to see some of you over there.
Definitely, you just send the creative, Harsh. We'll make sure it is forwarded to enough number of people and let's make it a hit.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vikram sir, you
Sir.
have anything in the back
Yes.
to ask?
काफी सारे स्टूडेंट जो 23 के लिए टारगेट कर रहे हैं उनका एक डाउट ये भी रहता है सर कि पीआई पर्सनल इंटरव्यू का प्रोसेस क्या है कि सर एग्जाम अगर क्रैक हो गया हमारा सबका, आई होप आप सबका एग्जाम क्रैक हो, तो हर्ष हमने पीआई की जो प्रैक्टिस की थी 3 to 4 मॉक की हमने प्रैक्टिस की, थोड़ा सा पीआई का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा, क्या नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन थे, किस फॉर्मेट थे, डोमेन सब्जेक्ट से किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन है? यस सर.
आई वुड से जो सर लक फैक्टर की बात कर रहे थे ना, पीआई में वो लक फैक्टर बहुत ज्यादा काम करता है. फॉर एग्जांपल इन IIM रोहतक मेरा जो इंदौर का इंटरव्यू था वो बहुत ही डिसेंट, लाइक इट गॉट ओवर इन 8 to 10 minutes and they were quite impressed उतने ही टाइम में. लाइक आई टोल्ड माय नॉन मैथ्स स्टूडेंट्स, दे आस्क्ड मी सम मैथ्स क्वेश्चन, मैंने सारे आंसर कर दिए. दे आस्क्ड मी सम जीक्यू क्वेश्चंस, दे आस्क्ड मी सम अकाउंटेंसी इकोनॉमिक्स क्वेश्चन, इट वाज ऑल सॉर्टेड. बट व्हेन इट केम टू रोहतक का इंटरव्यू ना, इट वेंट अराउंड 25 minutes. उन लोगों ने इतना ज्यादा ग्राइंड किया था मुझे ऑन एवरी टॉपिक जो मैंने बोला. But the key to crack any interview is confidence. If you are confident enough to answer them back, you are sorted in an interview. But equally, I'm saying, even if you get a decent score in IPMET examination, it doesn't mean that you will get converted into any IIM very easily. I will show you an instance. There was a friend of mine who got exactly same score as mine in IIM Indore. After interview, my rank was Air 87, hers was Air 150 around. We had the same score in IPMET, we had the same score in boards as well. So I just want you guys to focus on your PI a lot, because there are 1,000 students who are getting selected and 150 will get selected for IPMET examination, for IIM Indore. So just be confident in an interview process. It is going to go great.
Yes sir.
Fine, sir. Let's take questions from the students. So parents and students, if at all you have any questions, you can type in the chat box. If you want to ask question, we'll unmute you. Please ask us to unmute. Yeah, I think Jill has a question. Yeah, Jill, I have given you the right to talk.
I want to ask her that how many mocks he used to give in last 20 days? So 1, 2, 3, how many?
So in last 20 days, I used to give I gave 15 mocks in first 15 days. Like every day, by noon, I'll give one mock, and for the entire day, I will analyze that entire mock, and there will be no questions left that I don't know the answer of before the next mock. So mock, then analysis, mock, then analysis. I used to give 15 mocks in those 20 days.
And also, if you
Mm.
have any doubt in certain topic, so you would revise the whole topic or that only question, or you can solve that related questions.
I will like if I have doubt in particular topic, I'll just I won't go to any topic at first. I will go look at the question and try to think that why couldn't I solve this question in the mock, and then I will ask sir, because by the time 1 month is left, I was pretty confident that I had done all the concepts, and I had done all the topics. So if I couldn't solve that question, I used to go to sir, and he used to like help me solve the questions. Just solve the question. Don't go for entire topic.
Fine, Harsh. And Prisha Thakur is asking what was your exam score? I think 226 was your exam score, right? Well, Priyanshi, I'm going to give you rights to talk. Just, yep.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good
Uh,
evening.
I just want to ask to Harsh that how he was balancing the preparation of 12th standard plus IPM.
I guess she's like she's 24 aspirant, right?
Yep.
So first of all, like as I told, initially I used to give 2 to 3 hours every day to IPM and examination there, and that is decent. But when it comes to boards, I will advise you all to focus on your boards and leave IPM and prep for a while, because boards are very important. For instance, for IIM Rohtak, that is around 40% of
35%.
35 to 40%. So just don't let this 12th board for a toss. I even have a friend in IIM Indore who got around 267 in this IPMAT score, but his 12th score was around 77, 78. He got waitlisted and his air was around 100. So just don't don't let your 12th board for a toss. Yeah, I hope that answers.
And we have given complete break for all the students so that they can prepare completely for their board exams. And once the boards got over, we are in bang bang with them now.
It is asking like,
Yeah.
okay, it's on the
And
interview.
And Rajvi is asking a question: how important is extracurricular for personal interview?
I would say if you have an extracurricular activity, that's decent, you are gonna get good score, but it doesn't imply that if you don't have any extracurricular, you are not gonna get selected. The interviewers, what do they want? They want that you want to get something out from that IPM Indore ka course. If you are that passionate for IIM Indore, you are gonna get selected. But definitely extracurricular will help you ace your interview, but it doesn't matter that if you don't have, you are not gonna get selected.
Okay. Perfect, Harsh. We have one more question with us. What kind of question were asked in written ability test?
There was no VAT.
There was no VAT. Yeah, there won't be VAT for IPMAT Indore surname. And Ashraj is asking, I have been struggling to find time to work on my IPMAT syllabus as I am also preparing for JEE on the side. Do you have any tips on managing two entrances at once?
Well, if you are preparing for JEE, that means you're all sorted in your first and second, like cons part of IIM Indore. You just need to focus more on verbal wala part, because I have friends who have cleared JEE, but they chose to stay in IIM Indore also. So they have managed the preparation. So you just keep cons wala part beside me and prepare on verbal part, because there are many students who have cleared cons ka cutoff. Mostly they are science students, but they couldn't clear verbal wala part. So just focus on verbal part abhi if you are also preparing for JEE, because for JEE students IPM at Indore ka match is relatively easier.
Yashraj, I'll separately sit with you in the center and give you a plan. Don't worry on this. And anyhow, your quant is sorted if you're preparing for JE. Okay. We have Vishwa who wants to ask. Yeah, Vishwa.
Yeah, what was your daily schedule for the preparations, both for 12th and IP Mat?
Okay, like I had my morning school, so till 1 or 2 I was at school. After that, uh, in afternoon wala slot, as I told, I used to do quant for 1 or 2 hour and verbal for 1 or 2 hour. So if you're in 12th standard, 2 or 3 hours of study every day is decent enough. And just give mocks as per schedule given by faculty members. That's all.
Perfect, Harsh. And that's it. And I will just conclude. We do not have any question. Okay, Prisha is asking one more question. Ashraj is asking one more question. How did you prepare for GK coming from someone who is struggling to build a habit of reading newspaper daily?
I had the habit of reading newspaper daily, so I didn't struggle much in GK wala part. But if abhi tak you haven't started GK and now for interview you are worried about GK, what you could do is we just look at all the recent happenings around the world. They don't ask static GK, mostly they don't ask static GK. They usually go for what is currently happening around the world. So list down all the recent happenings around the world, and they will ask you questions regarding that. And also, if you are from, let's say, like prepare GK of your state, static GK of your state, that's all. Yeah, it is very important. My interview, like my half of the interview was around Statue of Unity. Like as I am from
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked that Ashraj is asking that question by having Vikram sir right in front of him. VK by GK.
VK by GK,
VK by
yeah,
VK.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
VK by GK.
Yeah. And Harsh, we have one more question. Like, were there any extracurricular certificates with you?
Yeah, like I'm national level karate champion. I'm black belt, so that has helped me in my
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Your board score was?
93.6 in 10th standard and 93.8 in 12th standard. I was from
Okay.
state board, so yeah.
And Raji and people, whoever is asking about the interviews, we'll have a separate session regarding how to face the interview.
Right.
And if HARSH SONI has slots, I would take it and then have your personal interview also.
Yeah.
Because if at all you get the calls, having an interview from the person who is already in the institute makes a lot of sense. Harsh, be prepared to give us some slots so that we can make sure these
Yeah,
kids will
sure,
get into
sure.
your college, our
Yes.
college, right?
Yeah.
Hi, hope that's it, sir. Vikram sir, if you want to add anything, please add, sir.
Yes, sir. आई थिंक सारे डाउट्स सबके बच्चों को क्लियर हो गए हैं। पीआई के रिगार्डिंग जो बच्चे सर डाउट्स के लिए पूछ रहे हैं, तो मुझे अभी याद आ रहा है हर्ट्स के साथ जब हम पीआई कंडक्ट कर रहे थे तो रिसेंटली हम गुजरात स्टेट की विजिट कर रहे थे। क्या हर्ट्स अपन गुजरात से तो दिशा से, तो अपन क्या कुछ चीजें चेक कर सकते हैं और रैंडमली वो लक बाई चांस बोलो या फिर चीजें हैं, वही सारी चीजें आपसे वहां पे डिस्कस की गई। और लास्ट ईयर आईपीएम रोहतक के स्टूडेंट्स के बारे में जो पीआई में क्वेश्चन जो पूछे जाते हैं रैंडमली, वो आपके स्टेट अपने टाउन से है। बच्चे से क्वेश्चन ये था कि गुजरात के नेबर स्टेट्स कौन कौन से हैं।
Yeah, बहुत easy question, but some students doesn't know that.
राइट, तो ये बेसिक क्वेश्चन होते हैं, तो पीआई का इतना ज्यादा लोड नहीं लेना है अभी फर्स्ट पार्ट आप सबका यही होना चाहिए कि हम अपनी प्रिपरेशन को बूस्ट दें। एंड जब पीआई के प्रैक्टिस वाला सेशन रहेगा तो हम हर्ट्स के साथ में और भी नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट जो हातिम है, आशीष है, उन सब जो इंदौर में स्टडी कर रहे हैं उनके साथ 1-to-1 स्लॉट है, तो उसका चैलेंज अभी नहीं आना चाहिए। बस बेसिकली न्यूज़पेपर आप रीड करना स्टार्ट, तो उससे काफी कुछ चीज आपकी कवर हो जाती है। राइट,
Fine,
Yes,
sir. And I just want to end this by saying to all the parents whoever is attending here, for the coming 20 days, just support our students, support your kids, and make sure they are sleeping good enough, and make sure they are eating good things. They make sure they are healthy, because at this time they cannot keep their health at the toss. And I expect you people not to put any pressure on them. I want every parent to keep this in mind. Whoever is watching this video right now, or whoever will see the recording later on, please keep this in mind. And students, do not take any pressure into your mind right now. The only concentration should be taking the mock, analyzing the mock, building your strength. Taking the mock, analyzing the mock, building your strength. And apart from this, if you're feeling low or if you need any support, if you need any concern, remember that there are people sitting right in front of you in the center who are going to help you.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just don't stress. Don't take stress at all. It will ruin your entire preparation. Like if you're prepared for one year and if you're stressed at this moment of time, that's not gonna work for you.
मैं सारे
Fine.
एक छोटा सा पॉइंट और मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगा स्टूडेंट्स के साथ में कि जो 24 के लिए स्टूडेंट जो टारगेट करें उनके लिए कि प्लीज जो मेंटर आपको जो टास्क देते हैं जो आपसे डिस्कशन करते हैं प्लीज उनके टच में रहना स्टार्ट करें। मुझे अभी भी याद है हर्ष मुझे रात को 11 बजे कॉल करता था कि सर आज मॉक दिया ये चीज आई, तो आप फील फ्री मतलब कि अपने मेंटर के साथ इतना डिस्कशन में इन्वॉल्व होना स्टार्ट कर ले कि आपको वो जर्नी बहुत इजी लगनी स्टार्ट हो जाती है। कई बार होता है ना कि प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, कई बार लगता है डीमोटिवेट हो जाता है, नहीं होगा सर, नंबर ऑफ सीट्स कम है सर, काउंट नहीं हो रहा है, वर्बल में सर कुछ पता ही नहीं चल रहा है, नंबर ऑफ प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं उसके बाद स्कोर इंक्रीज नहीं हो रहा है। तो ये सब कुछ होता है जो 24 वाले स्टूडेंट टारगेट करके बता रहा हूँ कि ये एक प्रोसेस है। इस प्रोसेस को आप डे बाय डे जब चीजों को लेके चलना स्टार्ट करते हैं 30 से 40 भी जब करते हैं 40 से 50, और हर्ष ने जब स्टार्ट किया था तो फर्स्ट मॉक स्कोर आई थी मुझे अभी याद है 68 या 69 के आसपास उसका स्कोर था।
कुछ था।
और मैंने जो आपको डिस्कस किया कि इसने बोला सर मुझे नहीं करना है और आज वो इंदौर में स्टडी कर रहा है, तो चीजें एक प्रोसेस थ्रू लेके जाओ डेफिनेटली आपका सिलेक्शन होता है। यस,
Don't look at the stats. Like ये हाँ 150 seats, 25,000 students. Don't get into it.
Fine, sir. Fine, Harsh. And it was very nice having you, Harsh. We just want to hear one all the best from your mouth to everybody.
Thank you everyone for coming, and I hope to see you guys very soon at IIM Indore. All the best.
All the best.
all the best.
So much, sir.
Okay.
Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.